First, I'll show you how to sign into your account. You can either sign in from the district site at pps.net or from your school site if your school site has already been migrated to the new system. The sign-in button is in the upper right. Click on that. You'll be taken to the login page where you enter your username and password. Go ahead and click sign in, and it'll reload the page you were just on, regardless of where you were, your school page or the district site. In this case, we're going to go to a site that hasn't been migrated yet, which is Winter Haven's site, and we're just going to bring this up to preview it. In order to do that, we will enter the name of the school after pps.net. And since the school hasn't migrated, we need to add a little code to it, which is $stay equals 1, as you can see right here. You can still see my account is listed up here since we're signed in. And we can click on my account to be able to drop down at some point. There it is. Go ahead and click on Site Manager, and this will bring up the editing window. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to bring this, it pops up in a new window, which is a little bit distracting. And we're going to go and bring this, and we're going to drag the eye symbol, and we're going to bring it onto the main window so we can have tabs so we can go back and forth between our editing window and our preview window. And this is your editing area. Since you are a teacher, this is the only editing area you'll have access to is your section. You'll see your name up here to show you what section you're in. Currently, there's just one page in your section. It's the About Teacher page, and we can see this reflected on the live site if we want to go to the live site. We'll click on the tab from Winter Haven, and we'll navigate to Teachers and Staff. Click on that, and then we'll scroll down. We'll find that Teachers page, Jane Smith. We see that it is highlighted, indicating that a page is linked to it. It's in blue. Click on that, and we can see that the page reflected here. So we see that the About Teacher page is there, and there's no content since we have added nothing yet. And we'll go ahead and add some content now. So let's return to their editing area. And the first thing we'll do is we'll go ahead and change the name of this page. That is, you can do by clicking on Actions, Page Options. Here's the name here for you, and we'll change that to Jane Smith. Go ahead and save it. And at this point, we won't add the content. We can do that two ways. These ways, simply clicking on Jane Smith, but you can also go to the Edit and to Actions and Edit page. Clicking on Jane Smith is probably the way you do it most of the time. And the About Teacher page has one app on it called the About Teacher app, and that gives you pre-marked areas to fill out, including a prefix for the name, and then Jane, your name, a place for the bio, and we've already have a little bio mocked up. I put in Word. You can obviously just type it in, but if you have it someplace, either Word, if you pull in your information from Red Dot, you can bring it from Red Dot by copying and pasting. So I'm going to copy it here, and then return to the editing window. And whenever we paste anything into the editing area, we want to paste as plain text. And what doing this does, it strips away all the formatting, which is good and bad. It strips away all the bolding, all the colors, but also strips away all the extraneous code that Word or Red Dot would bring in. So this is kind of important because we want to maintain an overall style look, and by stripping away the code, we can control everything at one single level. So we'll paste as plain text. A little pop-up window will tell you that you'll paste as plain text while it's depressed. And just paste it on in there. In this case, there's no styling to add. We're just going to leave it just like this. Scroll down. We have a place for a photo. We'll click on that. We'll upload an image since one hasn't been added yet. We'll browse to where that image is located on your computer. I know this one's actually on my desktop, which we'll click to that, and it's in Photos, and a picture of Jane Smith here, and continue. It'll show you the default size, or the size of the picture you already put in. We can change that now, but I think this is going to be a good picture size. Insert the image. And then we have a couple more things we can fill out here. That could be it, but if you want to add some more details, it gives you options for that, including the email for Jane Smith or for the teacher. A phone number, if you want to add that. And then finally, if you want to add any information about your degrees, okay, go ahead and save all your information. And now we can preview it and see how this turns out over here in Jane Smith. We'll have to refresh this page, depending on what browser you're using. The little circle will be in a different place, but it'll be a little circle with an arrow. Go and refresh, and everything pops up in a specific place. So, bio, phone number, email, degrees. So, if that's in fact all you need to do, perhaps for a teacher page, but we'll show you how to do more in just a moment. So now we'll go ahead and show you how to add another page and add more content to Jane Smith's area. So first we'll create a new page, name that page, and really create a blank page, which I think is the best scenario for most of the time. So once you hit save, this one will pop up, which will show you the makeup of the page. This is that makeup area, but there's nothing in there now, so we have to actually add an app to add content to the page. Click on Manage Apps and Layout. Click Add an App. This shows all of your apps here. They're actually named pretty self-explanatory, so you know what they're for. So we're going to actually add content, so we'll use the Content app. We're going to create a new Content app, and we'll name that Science as well. Great. If these are all the apps you want to add to it, if this just single Science Content app is all you want, click I'm done. And then we can edit that by clicking anywhere on the representation of the app, the brown square here. Now here's your editing area. This looks a lot like it does for Word or any sort of page editing stuff. In this case, we're going to add content from a Word document that we've already created here. Here's our Word document. You can see it's already formatted with a large title and some bold text and some bullets. Now we're going to copy everything. Press Control C. And we're going to paste this as plain text. That will strip out all the formatting, but it also doesn't bring over any extraneous code that might mess things up later on down the line. We do really recommend that you paste as plain text. As you can see, it stripped the formatting, so we'll have to redo that. To add formatting, we have a handful of options here for you. Under the F button, we've got a headline. We're going to go and just bold this. For other content like this, I think we're going to go ahead and do a subhead. And we'll do a subhead for this as well. So we'll just highlight that. And then we had a couple things that were bolded. And those are these two, not bolded, bulleted in. And a bullet list. And I think that's about all we're doing for this. Is that correct? And let's clean it up just a little bit maybe. We'll go ahead and get rid of a little extra spacing here. I think we'll leave that much space there. I think that looks okay. And we'll save it. And then we'll preview it on the page. So we'll click back on the live site. We don't see it now. We'll see it once we refresh the page. And we see Science. And we're going to click on that. And now it looks pretty good. We got our bullets, we've got our subheads, we've got a little intro, and that's how you would add content to another page. And now we'll show you how to add an image to a page. To do that, we will click on the page where you want the image, and when I say where you want it, I want to say at the line height you want it, not necessarily at the left or right area. So even though we're going to add the image to the right of the page, we're going to place the cursor here. We're going to click on the Insert Image icon. We're going to upload a new image, so make sure this is highlighted. We'll browse to that. And click on the classroom. And we want a medium-sized image when we bring it in. You can choose to not resize it, custom size it, or pick one of the options here. I'm going to click Continue. And you can see the approximate size here, 300 pixel width. We'll add alt text for screen readers that are used by people with visual impairments. So because that's the case, we want to more or less describe what the picture is. In this case, we'll type classroom with students. And like I said, we're going to align this to the right. And we're going to insert the image. And it pops over here. We'll save that. And then we'll preview it. Again, we'll have to refresh. And here we go, with the image on the right hand side.